Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome back to Tower of Guns. So we're going to be running a kind of different build today. So we're using the mini LHC gun, which I haven't used in a very long time. It kind of does the splash effect. I think it's got a fairly large area of effect, slow attack speed, but I can deal with it. I think it also has pretty good damage. But I'm also running Grease Pit, which is luck plus plus. So with any luck, that means, well, I mean, quite honestly, it means we can get some good loot right off the bat. Also, something I didn't know about the mini LHC gun. It stuns enemies, which I guess I never clued into because I never had the stun mod before. I think, we had the stun mod a little bit ago. Okay, so what the stun mod seems to do, seeing as I can hit myself with it in this game, is stun mod slows you down a little bit. So, not so bad. It's particularly useful against, like, larger enemies, or not larger enemies, mobile enemies, and might actually have some bearing on, like, how enemies rotate towards me. But largely, it's going to be just purely for enemies that move and nothing else. So I think there are a couple of turrets here and they blew themselves up. Actually, I think everything... What? There's nothing here. Which, of course, I mean, is a good thing, but also means we get zero loot whatsoever. Which is not so good. So we got a purple teleporter, and I'm not going to do any of the testing of the tilts, but... Oh, this is just sad. It's like, jump, jump. Nope, can't get up there. So it looks like I'm just missing out on a couple of coins. Maybe there's some other stuff. Probably shouldn't get too distracted looking up, but you know what? Hello, you guys scare me. So I'm just gonna... Oh, yeah. So I can slow myself down with the mini LHC gun, which could actually be a convenient thing if I'm trying to do like some slow descent type stuff. Because maybe I don't take... maybe I can avoid taking a lot of damage by slowing myself down. I don't know, that's kind of the deeper strategy I really don't want to get into. Now let's see if he turns slower because of it. Maybe he does. It kind of looked like he turned slower because he was hit by the LHC gun, but at the same time it's one of those where something's shooting at me. Oh, it's that guy above. But since the, not cooldown, but the duration of the slow effect is pretty short, it's not that meaningful of a thing. What it does do, it has really, really nice splash damage, which makes me happy. So we do have super bullets coming through, which is always a concern. I want to get down here and get all the pickups before they go away, because as much as I would like to run a... Oh, I'm trying to remember what the name of the specific perk is that lets you have all your stuff sit around for a while. I could just as easily run around as fast as possible and just get all of the loot. Okay, so what I probably should have done is taken out these guys right from the get-go. And yes, I would like the loot from them too, but it's not quite worth the, I don't know, the trouble to get up there and get all this stuff. So we got a couple of bullet launchers, and then we do have the super bullets. We have to watch out for that. Now normally the super bullet will have like 0 ability to hit us from where we are. Also it looks like there's one more spiky ball launcher somewhere along the line. And so I have to watch out for that, largely because this gun levels pretty slowly. Oh! Apparently this guy can aim at me. Good to know. I will have to take that into account and adjust accordingly, and by adjust accordingly I mean, come on, get in my face. Slowed myself down, took a little bit damage, but barely enough, and then I recouped most of it. So we still have the super bullets that we have to worry about, but with any luck the platforms will block them. No problem, and then I can get across there. Also no problem. And of course it's super easy to sidestep the super bullets, especially when you don't have anything to worry about, but hopefully I can get around behind him without him suddenly just firing off a bullet straight in my face. And yep, that's exactly what I was afraid was going to happen. He does so much damage. Didn't take a whole lot off of our weapon ability, but hey. So we've got a mystery. What's the mystery? What did we just pay for? We just got the caffeinated trigger finger, which means we suddenly start shooting crazy fast for a very short period of time. Unfortunately, there are a bunch of pickups over there that we're just not going to be able to get. So let's launch ourselves down into the abyss. Hope we don't take that much damage. Nope, we took a fair amount of damage, but we're kind of in this weird, like, Hugbot zone. Now, I was in this room a while ago, but didn't actually manage to... Well, I did manage to get some stuff from it, but I kind of went out of my way not to kill the Hugbots. And from Operation Hugbot Love Part 1, 2, and kind of sort of 3, even though I'm not going to call it Operation Hugbot Love, I could pretty much come to the conclusion that killing Hugbots doesn't seem to have a bearing on the difficulty. It's just a kind of adorable statistic of like, you didn't kill all these adorable little Hugbots. Which is nice, because getting the loot from these guys is fantastic, but it does pose the question of how do you get to the weird Hugbot level? Oh, hello. You guys spawned after the fact. Well, okay, so it does look like stunning an enemy does actually slow their ability to shoot. Or not shoot, but turn, which is kind of a convenient thing. So we're up to weapon level 3. That's fantastic. Oh, bubbles. Awesome. I don't remember them shooting this gun shooting bubbles, but I am 110% okay with it. So, yeah, if I hit an enemy with the bubbles, they will slow, so I can strafe around them, but I have to keep hitting them with it. So it seems largely meaningless unless I'm shooting one enemy. And also, I believe the stun has no bearing on what, like, a boss's speed is, so it's not nearly as useful as I would like it to be. Of course, if it does slow down the boss that we're about to go fight, then, you know what? By all means, that's great, because I think when we had stun last time, we were up against bosses that couldn't be slowed just by the nature of what they were. Okay, so we're up against the big ol' spike room, and I'm not going to make the mistake that I usually make, and, try and launch myself in a corner. What I'm instead going to do is just blow the caffeinated trigger finger and take him out without really any issue whatsoever. So what do we get? We get another item, which I will, I guess, blather over in a second. So what is it? The 3366 megahertz turbo button. Oh, burst sprint. I don't like this one. It's a very, very short speed boost, or not even speed boost, it's an acceleration boost. Which, not bad, but the caffeinated trigger finger is one of those activated items that I'm actually going to have to use a fair amount in this run just because of, I mean, you guys saw how quickly I took down that boss. I didn't even get hit once, which is amazing. Alright, so, you know, toy spar, not so great. Only 1/3 of the secrets found too. I really need to go secret hunting someday. But it's kind of one of those where I don't want to do it on camera because I'm just going to sit there being like, duh, let's just mash ourselves up into the wall. It's also one of those where I try and record as much of this as possible in a day. And after a certain point, you really start getting, you know, Tower of Guns fatigue, where it's just like, you know, I like... Ow. Oh, that's lava. That was ultra suck. So we got cannoned straight off into the lava, which, luckily the lava doesn't actually do any weapon level damage, which is fantastic. But at the same time, we took a fair amount of damage falling down there. And I probably should have looked across the way to see if there are any secrets down here that are worth anything. Nope, just a couple of coins. Not worth it in any capacity. So let's get through the door. You know, not hit ourselves, because that's always... It's always one of those concerns with one of these guns. And let's see, is this the room with all the... Okay, this isn't nearly as terrible as I thought it was going to be. The last time I was in this room, every single one of those, like, pillar things over on the left was filled to the brim with saw blade launchers. There we go. I was going to say pizza launchers, which is pretty close. But for whatever reason, my brain was saying, like, don't say pizza launchers. You know that's technically not right. So it's better to say, you know, nothing at all than the wrong thing. Which, realistically, it's better to keep your mouth running in this sort of business than just shut up and being like, nope, I am incorrect. I, therefore, am not the expert in anything and can't say anything about anything. If that makes any sense. More or less what I'm saying is I should never speak ever, and I should just make, like, weird honking noises with my nose. Because, with this level of, like, blockage in my nose, I could probably pull off a pretty good duck impression. Okay, maybe not. Maybe my duck impressions leave something to be desired, and I shouldn't, try applying for some kind of Disney commission as a animal voice actor type character. So we have to worry about a little bit with the purple homing bullets. They're always a serious concern for us, mainly because... Ow. Oh, it's still following us. I kind of wanted to hop down here, see if I could get as much as freaking possible before it all went away. And I think I fell into lava and took a little bit of damage, but overall wasn't so bad. So there's a weapon level thing that I'm not going to get there. Not the end of the world, and we've got a lot of unpleasantness over here. Luckily, we've got a fair amount of splash damage, and a fair amount of normal damage, so there's a pickup over there, which is good. And I would like to get... I really wish I hadn't fallen down. It was one of those where I was trying to strafe around the, you know, massive amount of pain flying at me, and oh, this is just... yeah, see, lots of unpleasantness just kind of getting fired at my face here. And a lot of the pickups are getting launched down below, which I'm not happy about, but things that I am happy about include this massive health pickup here. And, of course, the even more massive health upgrade, which puts us in a very, very comfortable spot. Now, I feel like there's a ramp over here that brings us to a secret area, or at least a thing, yeah. So there's something over here. Now, if I remember right, unless you have some kind of crazy jump, you're not going to be able to get anywhere. Why did I walk through the lava? What am I thinking today? I don't know. My brain is like off for some reason. I bought Golden Sun Dark Dawn, and if you've ever heard of that game, it's the sequel, the second sequel to the original Golden Sun game, which was fantastic. But Dark Dawn is kind of one of those where it's like, well, what's popular? I don't know. Golden Sun's popular. Let's make the sequel to the game that really doesn't need much of a sequel. It's like, yeah, it's still quite good, but when it comes down to it, it feels like it's a cash grab than anything. It takes 20 minutes to get to your first battle in the game, and it's a JRPG. So like, it's not even that much of a good reward to get to your first battle, because it's, of course, you know, just turn-based nonsense, but it's better than what happens, because I'm not even spoiling that much by doing this, or saying this, but it's one of those where in the third game, you're playing as the... Whoops, accidentally pressed my item. Oh, come on. Who's gonna get me before this goes away? Oh, that was actually more successful than I thought it was going to be. I am halfway pleased. And then we just have a bunch of these enemies to contend with, because it doesn't look like there's anybody trying to shoot at us. Oh, nobody's trying to shoot at us. We just have a lot of stuff sitting around for us to more or less prey upon. We get a lot of bonuses today. It looks like the luck up is actually going to work out very well in our favor, because we've gotten a bunch of health pickups, a bunch of like jump pickups. We don't have a triple jump at this point, but what we do have is a lot of stuff down here. So we do have a really high normal jump, and I don't know, just across the board, a lot of really good stuff. So there's lava below us, and I think there's a way to get down here. Because, well, first I'm going to see if I can... Did I hit? Yeah, maybe I hit them. Of course, right-clicking in this game also shoots. And since I've got my, you know, heavy fingers, I just right-clicked away and proceeded to shoot. Whoops. Alright, so I'm going to mash myself into the walls here with hopes that I'm going to find something. It's unlikely? Oh, I'm just hitting this thing here that's messing with my camera. But yeah, I'm hoping I can find not a crack in the wall, but you know, one of those where you're suddenly able to fall through. Because there's got to be something here that lets me get through to where the secret area is. No? It would be kind of shameful to have a bunch of spin bots spawning right below me and no way to get to them. Because I honestly can't see. Maybe if I look around? It's also one of those that the grating makes it very hard to look through. And it doesn't look like the kind that I can, like, shoot through the grating. Well, I could shoot through the grating, but I'm more liable to hit myself than break the grating, which, unfortunate. But I guess that's just the way things go. So let's take out the last of these floating bomb guys who have just been kind of pleasantly waiting for us. I'm glad that they have that kind of patience, because if I were them, I would have come and, you know, blown my own ass up. Which, as silly as that sounds, if my only purpose in life is to float around and then eventually blow up on someone, well, I'd be pretty hard-pressed to be patient about it. I'd just be like, come and get me, suckers, and, you know, of course, blow my ass up on, like, I don't know, a sign pole because I got stuck. Alright, so this is the room that I got stuck previously in. Or, at least, I don't want to tilt back just in case that purple teleporter turns out to be a massive trap that I have to be wary of. So, slowing these mini lanterns is a very convenient thing, because I don't have to worry about it as much. Fortunately, it means I also probably will never get to any of their pickups, because there's a lot of the lantern guys, a lot of pickups all over the place, and you know what? It worked. It didn't work out as well as I hoped, but we've got a crazy enough jump that pretty much the lava issue is not an issue. So, we got a lot of you guys. Hello. Hello, my daisy. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. I don't know. I am in a ragtime mood, apparently. And we've got a lot of dudes shooting at us. But, like I was saying, we've got a really crazy, weird, floaty jump. I think I've picked up like 2 or 3 jump upgrades at this point, and combine that with a really solid double jump. Yeah, I floated myself right into damage zone there. Oh well, so we got a couple of pickups that I'd very much like to pick up, but it may be a little unlikely. Wow, so if I just jump immediately, the platforms don't even, like, really go down. Awesome. Alright, so let's figure out what's in this thing, because of course I am already Mr. Moneybags. It's another health pickup, amazing. And there's stuff above us. It's actually one of those, like, launcher things. Oh, hello. Wow, there's a lot of secrets here that I have zero idea of how to get to, because I don't have enough boost, I don't have enough gusto to get up there. Which kind of sucks, because if I could get onto this platform over here, I could jump around, get into that corner, shoot myself up into this area that's covered by the grate. I've never even seen that stuff before, but that seems like the kind of stuff that I actually have to, you know, go back and do on like an endless mode challenge, because there's no way I would normally have enough, you know, jumps or air or boost or whatever you want to call it to get myself through there normally. Which, you know, kind of a shame, but when it comes down to it, it's still kind of a cool thing to notice, even if it's just taunting me endlessly. Alright, let's get through this door and blather no more. Actually, this is forever the blather run. So we've got one of those guys, problem solve. Oh geez, we've got a lot of unfriendliness down this corner. So we've got a couple of purple homing nonsense, got a lot of bullets coming through, we've got another power-up, whatever kind of power-up it is. It looks like magnetism. Oh, I'm happy about that. Let's get that before that goes away, and snag our sweet, sweet rewards. So we got, come on, don't, yes, got them both. Got them all. We're almost up to weapon level 4. I probably missed out on a couple of upgrades running back over there like this. Unfortunately, health upgrades can't be picked up. Or not picked up, magnetized, which, I mean, totally legitimate. Just makes me sad. Alright, so we got a lot of cannons, but again, splash damage, problem solved, not much to worry about. There, I thought I saw, what hit me? Oh, one of the flying bomb things. Okay, something to be concerned about. Oh, that's where they are. Well, I'm loath to sacrifice my upgrades to not taking damage, but I'm just taking... Oh, jeez. This is new. Okay, so don't fall in the lava pool. You will actually sink. I was figuring it would be one of those where I could jump immediately after hitting the lava, but that is not the case. I've taken a lot of damage that I should not be taking. Alright, so we've got to worry about these bullet boys here. Mini turrets, cannons, whatever you want to call it, but you know what? You get behind them, you don't have to worry about as much. You still have to worry about them because there are a lot of them, but with any luck, there we go, that's a lot of stuff. And there's some middle nonsense here that the question is, do I tango with it? And the answer looks to be yes, if only because I'm a greedy person, and it feels like there's got to be more to this level than just what there is. And I know there is. There's stuff up there. The question is, can we even get there? There's also maybe stuff down below the lava. But again, that's one of those where it's like, I don't want to be that risky business. So I'm just kind of going to look through this stuff, because if I stay on this section, I believe I am safe. Nope, I am not. So I have to scoot forward a little bit, otherwise I get shoved off by that little bit of a platform. Alright, so it looks like there is no easy way to get up on top of this loop, or up on top of any of these things. Let's go figure out who our boss is, and pray that it's... Huh. I don't recognize this room that much. Had to get a little bit of water because, well, you know what? What do we got here? So it's the big old spike room again. Well, that's fancy. Where's the thing? There's the thing. Alright, so I've actually been in this room before. Sort of. And the premise behind it is big old spike room just goes around. Now, I don't think I'm hitting him that way. Which sucks. Oh, I was hitting him a little bit there. Well, let's hit him as much as we can here before it all goes away. Because if I can get out of here and through here and do as much damage to him before the caffeinated beverages wear off, then we're kind of golden. We got a lot of these launcher things, which I'd very much like to avoid. We've also got a lot of bullets coming at us. Oh, and we just kind of smacked ourselves right in the face with the boss itself. Luckily, I don't think... Oh, nuts. So there's some kind of golden bullet launcher, oh man, there we... that sucked. It's one of those where the weapon I chose almost naturally worked against us. And that may seem really odd, but the projectiles fired so slowly and moved so slowly that there's no way that they're going to get to the other end of the boss in time. So I'd have to like predict it around, but it's one of those that waiting, just the sheer act of sitting there, of course, would kill you. And it's very hard to dodge a lot of things running at you at once, but you know what, knowing is half the battle, so the next time we come up against that boss, well, hopefully we won't be using the mini LHC. I think when it comes down to it, I think I'll skip out on that gun. There are better guns that fit many different things, and the stun aspect of it really isn't worth the slower projectiles and worse damage. So, good run overall. We almost made it out of the foundry, but hey, I'm not going to complain too much. Actually, I'm going to complain a lot. I'm a complainer. Anyway, I guess I will see you guys on the next run of Tower of Guns, and as always, thanks for watching.